Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Dawson here again. I hope you all had a wonderful Monday yesterday and enjoyed some of those activities and assignments that were for our theme yesterday. Today's theme is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be looking at zoo animals and different types of animals that we can see within a zoo. Okay, so that's going to be our focus today. But let's go ahead and look at our schedule, how we start each of our videos with a good morning song. We explain our new activities that we have for week 3. We have a new question of the day. We will do a read aloud together, and then I will send you on your way. So let's go ahead and do our good morning song together. You can join in with me and sing this and do the motions too, okay? Very good. So thank you for singing that song with me like we do each and every time we have our video. Let's go ahead and take a look at our new activities for this week. So I just posted today a week 3 and 4 packet. So we are going to be on our new at-home learning packet for week 3, starting today. So for today's topic, we are talking about zoo animals and animals that we can see in a zoo setting. So there's a couple of activity choices that I'm going to go over right now. Again, these are optional. You can choose to do 1, you can choose to do 2, you can choose to do all 6. It's up to you and how you want to set up your day at home and how you want this to look. Okay, so these are just suggestions of things that you could do at home around this theme for today, which is a zoo. So one of the things that we can look at is for our reading. We're going to look at a nonfiction book. So remember, a nonfiction book is a book where we see real photographs. It gives us real facts about different animals. So we're going to look at a nonfiction book about animals today. And then we're going to look at look at where the animal lives and what its surroundings kind of look like and think more about that. For your fine motor today, again, you can use that Mundo if you created it last week, or you can use some Play-Doh if you have it to create different zoo animals. So you can think about a snake. How would a snake look like? How can I create a snake using my Mundo or my Play-Doh? For your art or sensory focus, if you have a paper bag at home, and it's okay if you don't have to do this this section per se. You can create a zoo animal puppet using a paper bag, so by placing your hand inside and using the bottom part as the mouth for your animal. And be creative with it and think of what can you create together. For your gross motor, which is that movement piece, you can think about how different animals move in their environment. So maybe you could pretend to be a snake and you can slither on the floor, or maybe you can pretend to be an alligator and pretend to chomp. So think about how you can move your body to create those animal emotions and those animal movements. For your math today, you can find different animal figurines if you have them at home, like I have some here as an example. You can find some of those animals at home, and you can sort them, like we talked last week about sorting in different groups, different categories. So you can sort them by color, maybe. You can sort them by their size, by their shape, how they look, or where they live. So maybe you have some animals that live on the ground, and then you have some animals that live in the water, right? Or in the air is where they spend most of their day. So maybe you can sort those animals into categories based off of where they live. And then for your letters and sounds, you are going to, with those animal figures if you have them, or stuffed animals if you have them at home as well, and maybe just pictures of the animals, you can look at the animal together, say what it is. So right here I'm holding up a frog, right? So I'm going to listen for the sound at the beginning of the word f, right? I hear that F, right? So I'm going to match the lowercase f with my frog. So frog starts with the F. I put him with this letter. Help me out with this animal. What am I holding up now? Can you see? A bear, right? So I'm going to match up my lowercase b with my animal. Okay, let's look at this one together. What am I holding up now? Lion, right? So I'm going to match my L with my lion. What about this animal? Horse. So I'm going to match my, what letter? H with my horse. And let's do one more for an example together. Who knows what this type of creature is called, this animal? A panda, right? So I'm going to match my letter P with my panda. So that's a fun activity you guys can do together at home if you have different stuffed animals or different animal figurines like I did, okay? For your challenge and your question for today, I am going to be posting a link to it's an awesome website. It's for the San Diego Zoo, and it's a virtual type of field trip where there's different options you can click. So one of my favorite options you can click on this link once you access this link are live video cams of animals in the zoo. So you can see a lion, you can see just so many different creatures, a burrowing owl, it's beautiful, all on the San Diego Zoo, and you can see what they're up to at that exact moment, which is really neat. There's also games you can play on this website. There's also different activities it'll link you to, and there's also stories that go with each creature that give you, with each animal, that give you more information on its environment, where it lives, what it eats, what it needs to survive, so what types of food it eats. There's lots of great information here. So my challenge today is for you to check out that link, check out that San Diego Zoo website link. It's really awesome. And find a couple of animals that you can look at and find more information about. Then, also on our Google Classroom, we're going to have our first quiz or our first question of the day, and we're going to start doing these each day, where you can answer the question, what is your favorite animal? So there's going to be a couple of different choices. If you don't see your exact favorite animal on the list, just pick your favorite out of the ones I put there. We're going to see which animal wins, which animal has the most votes, and which animal had the least votes. So we're going to count and tally those up and see who or what animal is the favorite of our classroom. So for that challenge today, for that question, you're going to go to the San Diego Zoo website, check out a few animals, and as you're looking at those animals, I'm also posting a page right here for kind of like a scavenger animal hunt. So if you decided to view the live cam for the lion, right, you would decide to color in the lion. Or if you decided to watch the live cam of the koala, which is really cool, you can color in that koala. So it's kind of just like a fun way of recording what you saw through that virtual field trip. For my journal today, we're actually going to a new format. We're no longer journaling, but we're creating lists. So it looks kind of like this. It says my lists, and I wrote my name. So one of the first topics for today was our favorite animals. So Mrs. Dawson decided that she was going to pick 3. She created a list of 3 animal names. She wrote them down. So she wrote otter, lion, and a rabbit, right? So I chose 3 animals. I created that list. And then I also made a list of their pictures too. So I drew a picture of an otter. I drew a picture of my lion. And then I drew a picture of my rabbit right here. So go ahead, and you don't necessarily have to draw pictures for all of them. You can decide to write a couple of words and do a few pictures. It doesn't have to be matching exactly how I did this. It's up to you to create what format works best. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and look at our read aloud for today. If you could help me out and tell me whether you think this book is going to be fiction or nonfiction. What do you think? So we see real photographs. We see a picture of a snake, and it gives us the title of a snake. Do you think this book is going to be fiction or nonfiction? Let's look at some more. Right, so it's probably going to be a nonfiction story about snakes and where snakes live and what snakes need to eat and to survive. So let's go ahead and read this story together. It's called Slither Snake, and it's another one of our National Geographic readers, which are my favorite. The author is Shelby Ainsley, and let's go ahead and read that together. Slither Snake. So again, with our National Geographic readers, it always gives us a vocabulary tree at the beginning where it breaks it down by animals. And within that category of animals, we're looking at snakes. And then we can see some of the characteristics of a snake. So some different body parts the snake has. We're going to learn about the tail, the tongue, the hood, the head, fangs, and scales. So those are some of our new vocabulary words that we're going to see in these pictures. So let's go ahead and look at our first page. Slither snake. And here's a picture of a type of snake that is called an eyelash tree viper. What color is it? A rattlesnake slithers. Slither snake. And here we can see a picture of a western diamondback rattlesnake. Show me with your hands, how would a snake slither? Good, right? Right, it moves around the ground by moving its body back and forth. Rattle. It shakes its tail. The sound means look out. So can you see that rattle on that rattlesnake's tail? Show me how you would rattle your hand. Yeah, and it goes really fast. A king snake slithers. Slither snake. So here is an Arizona mountain king snake. Look at how beautiful. Do you see the colors? It flicks its tongue. Its tongue helps it to smell. Can you see its tongue there? Wow, so for a snake to smell, one of its main things that it uses is that tongue. A cobra slithers. Slither snake. And here is a king cobra. It opens a hood on its head. This warns animals to stay away. So here it's showing us the head, and then the hood that opens up to scare away those different animals. A viper slithers. Slither snake. So here is a sedge viper. It shows its fangs. Fangs help it to hunt. Wow, can you see those fangs? A boa constrictor slithers. Its scales help it to slither. Slither snake, see you later. So here's a boa constrictor, and it gives us a close-up of the scales on this snake. And that is the end. Good job. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching this video today. Don't forget to check out that San Diego Zoo website where you can take a virtual field trip and look at a few of those animals on the live cam. It's really neat. Trust me, just try it out and see a few of those creatures, those animals. And to answer that question for today of what is your favorite type of animal. So go ahead and look at that list that I posted there and choose your favorite out of those options, okay? I hope you have a great Tuesday and enjoy those activities and that virtual field trip. I'll see you back here on tomorrow, Wednesday. Bye.